Yo, what's up, good people? Lots of love and good vibes. Positive energy straight out of Africa, man. Today's videos, oh my god, you will not believe your eyes. Let's dive in and watch carefully till the end. Respect and shout out to yourself, man.
Did you know that beekeepers have the longest life expectancy amongst any other profession? And the reason for this is going to blow your mind, so stick around. Now, when bees jump from flower to flower, absorbing the sun's energy and pollinating, they actually start to emit a healing frequency that not only reverses disease, but also heals on an energetic level. Beekeepers often talk about this Zen energy or a meditative state of mind while doing their job. And if that's not mind-blowing enough, it is proven that sleeping above a beehive will give you many health benefits. And there's also a therapy called beehive air inhalation, which has stunned scientists to this day by reversing disease and also giving many other health benefits. It's also good to note that a jar of honey is the only food that will not rot. It is edible for over 3,000 years. And some bees even build their hive in a perfect Fibonacci sequence, which is the mathematical sequence of this universe.
What kind of car do you drive?
So I now have a Tesla. Yeah. So I ponied up. They're expensive, by the way. So I have the X. So that's my sort of utility vehicle. The X is the SUV. A very high acceleration, as you know. But yeah, there's no maintenance on it, right? There's no oil change. There's no, the only moving part is what you turn in the wheels with, right? No pistons, nothing. So, cars really should have been this 100 years ago. And then we would have had 100 years of clever engineering to perfect that.
You ever see the documentary Who Killed the Electric Car?
No, I haven't, but I know about it. And I know some of the background story behind it. And the electric car was one of the first, because electricity was all the rage 100 years ago. Let's electrify the cities. There's Edison. There's Tesla. Everybody wants to do everything electric. Yeah. And the car had just come out. Let's do it electric. So this was not a new concept. And it's unfortunate that more sort of innovative thinkers hadn't been brought to task on how to perfect the electric car.
A robot claimed it could run the world better than humans, a statement that was made during a United Nations summit. According to these humanoid robots, their ability to make unbiased decisions and quickly analyze data could make them more effective leaders than humans. However, concerns were raised about possible job losses and the responsible development of AI. One of these robots, Sophia, created by Hanson Robotics, stated that robots could be better leaders due to their impartiality and quick decision-making, unlike humans, who are influenced by emotions. Another robot, a mecha, expressed a mix of caution and optimism, saying that we should be careful but also excited about how technology could improve our lives. When it came to trust in robots, a mecha emphasized the importance of being open and earning trust over time. While some robots expressed ambitions for a better future alongside humans, concerns remained about rogue AI posing existential threats. As AI's capabilities continue to advance, the discussion over its role in society and potential safeguards against misuse remains a crucial topic. Opponents of this idea believe AI robots can't run the world better than humans because they lack human empathy, moral understanding, and the ability to fully comprehend complex societal dynamics.
Well, now that is crazy, man. Oh, do you imagine that robots could be our future leaders? Oh my god. Could you vote in a robot to be your leader? I'd love to know what you do, man, in such a situation. Can you imagine what could be the campaign agenda of a robot during the campaign? What could they even be telling people? Yo, we should be bringing electric everything. Yo, this is crazy, man. Let's keep watching. And that video about bees and their healing frequency, whoa. I think now that's something interesting. I think it's high time I convert my house into a beehive. But let's keep watching, man. We are about to get some more information in these videos.
This is how to fake piano skills. Your right hand's gonna be playing this. Keep repeating this. Now your left hand's gonna be quite jumpy. It's gonna go from A all the way up to C and E. Play that twice. And then move down to G and the same note center. 2 times. And then one more down, same notes. And then finally D. And then the top notes are the same. 2 times. And together it will sound like this.
Yo, that's how you pretend to be a pro, man. Very interesting. Yo, what's this, man? Baphomet 666? What the heck? Whoa, why would someone light a candle on a goat's head? Is this even a goat? See the eyes, man. Oh my god. Shit. Look at the hands. Oh my, this is a creepy looking goat. What type of goat is this? Baphomet 666. Are those human eyes on a goat? What? Gee, man. Oh my god. God.
This is the Macedonian sling dart, and it's been used against the Romans. I copied the design from David Morningstar. He makes excellent slinging videos. We're not sure exactly how it was made, but this is one theory. In order to do this, so first we have the dart here onto the loop, like that. Then you put the peg into the loop to secure it, and then the second string is used to apply to tighten that trigger peg, and now it's ready to be shot. Oh wow, you see that?
These are good information just in case you go back to hunting and gathering.
Amanda.
Ah, shit. Oh, fuck.
Shut up. I'm like a bit scared. There is no one standing there, but there's a silhouette, like a shadow.
You okay? What the hell? What the fuck is going on here? There ain't nobody there. Miss? Hello?
What? Man, that was scary, guy.
Here's the thing. People who can't communicate think that everything is an argument. And people who lack accountability and self-awareness think everything is an attack. Those aren't my words. I came across them as a quote. It's not credited to anybody. If you know who said them, please pop it in the comments, because I want to thank them for that gem today.
This is an atomic explosion. Teapot 1955. Why is Teapot? I think in USA. Unity, because, wow, if you bomb people, that is bad. Man, oh my god, guy, this thing.
I have concluded in my 30 years of research that the human race is indeed a hybrid race. The evidence is literally overwhelming. And if you dig into it and you study it and you evaluate it seriously, you reach the same conclusions. Every major religious philosophy in our history, on every part of this planet, whether it's in Europe, whether it's Christianity, whether it's Buddhism, whether it's Hinduism, every major human religious endeavor has told the basic same story. The human race is a hybrid race. We have been created here. We were seeded here. And we have been genetically manipulated here from the very beginning of our recorded history. And that genetic manipulation has never ceased. It is still going on, as Cecilia likes to say, even as we speak. So, I reached that conclusion, and I will not argue with anybody about it. I simply say to you, look at the evidence. Apparently, this seems to be what has happened. Several 100,000 years ago, an intelligent race from somewhere else out there came by the planet, knew of the planet, stopped at the planet, and found a developing form of life here. Now, there are theories that the original seeding itself was done by an intelligent race from other places. But some of the theories have stated that this advanced intelligence was on an excursion, a trip, and they stopped off here and found a developing form of life and decided to manipulate that developing form of life into a higher form. And they've been involved in that off and on, but continually, for at least 100,000 years. When I studied anthropology some years ago, I always wondered why poor old Neanderthal suddenly disappeared in terms of time, a few centuries. And this new form, completely new form, which we call Cro-Magnon, appeared. What happened to poor old Neanderthal? Who is Cro-Magnon? Well, look around the room. You'll see Cro-Magnon here right today. But in terms of geology, in terms of anthropology, in terms of evolutionary theory, none of that seemed to make a lot of sense. You don't have evolution working that fast. Then there were other little curious things taking place. Why, about 5,000 BC in Sumer, did all kinds of things happen at once? A literal eruption of civilization taking place in the Euphrates and Tigris and Euphrates valleys. I mean, civilization blossomed and bloomed almost overnight. The people were taught, or they learned, agriculture, irrigation. They built cities. They knew how to plant farms. They knew how to harvest. They knew how to develop intricate governmental systems. They developed a military idea. They developed a very intricate theological and philosophical philosophy. And where did this all happen? Why did it all happen literally overnight? Well, Zecharia Sitchin, in his absolutely monumental work, clearly has the answer. In the great Sumerian tablets, in the cuneiform tablets, which preserve the complete history of the Sumerian people, the evidence is all there. Sitchin is probably one of about 10 people on the planet who can sit down and read cuneiform tablets like you and I read the morning paper. The Sumerians told us how it happened, how it came to be, where they got the knowledge, who taught them the knowledge. And this fits, and I tell you it does, fit perfectly with every other story, myth, legend, history of every people on this entire planet. The human race is a hybrid. We were seeded here, and we have had what I like to call an intimate interrelationship with high technology, advanced intelligence for hundreds of thousands of years. Now, the crucial thing is it is still going on. It hasn't stopped. They are still involved. And the big question has been for many of us is, who the hell are they and what are they doing with us? Which ties in perfectly with the ancient philosophical questions that each and every one of us has asked. Who are we? Who are we? How did we come to be here? What are we here for? And where are we going? And this is, if you remember from your own teachings, education, in school or church, the basic questions that human beings have been asking since the beginning of time. Who are we? Why are we here? And where are we going? And now in the last 25, maybe 50 years, enough people on this planet have seen enough evidence. They have had literally some of the facts and some of the evidence rubbed on their nose. And the world, the people of the planet are slowly beginning to pay attention. And that to me is the part, the gratifying part, which has kept me involved in this and kept me committed in my small way to bring some of this information out. Not to preach to you, not to have a crusade of any kind, but simply to tell you that you are a special species. The carpenter from Galilee tried to explain it. Krishna tried to explain it. Mohammed tried to tell the story. Zoroaster tried to tell the same basic story. The Buddha even tried. Why is it that it's taken us so long to begin to grasp a little of the reality of who we are, why we're here, and what's going on? Well, my commitment to this thing has been growing over the years, and I will tell you that I'm involved in it, I'm committed to it, because I think that time is running out. I don't think it's going to be much longer before you see most of the answers. And the reason I share that with you is that I'm not trying to frighten you. And again, I'm not trying to preach or proselytize. I'm not trying to lead you in any direction. But I'm trying to say to you that in the next very few short years, you're going to be seeing things and you're going to be experiencing things that are going to literally change your life in ways you have never dreamed or imagined. You are going to learn who you are. You're going to find out why you're here. And you're going to find out where you're going.